Hey y'all, we're Dustin and Danielle, a brother and sister certified financial planner professional duo at Toujours Planning. We're here to share what you need to know about money, wealth, and investing so you can start paving your own path to financial freedom and independence today. Today, we are talking about what you need to worry about in your business right now, especially and because of what's happening with COVID-19 and the world freaking out.
Yeah.
So I know a lot of you are asking yourselves this question. So we have a couple of really good points to bring up that you can start to, change and implement right now, but especially in the future to avoid being in a crisis in the future.
Sure. The biggest worry right now is this going to turn into a recession? It's looking like the longer this goes on, this is just the beginning of it. So it looks like it's probably going to extend a long time, and more financial experts and economists are thinking that we may run into a recession. So that's not good for many businesses. We did a podcast on this recently and showed just during the financial crisis, really a tremendous amount of small businesses went out of business. So it could happen. So there are some things that we need to prepare for because the probability is increasing.
Now, that podcast episode was titled How to Prepare for 2020. If you had listened to it and taken our advice, you might not need this video. So just a little heads up. Start listening on a regular basis.
Right.
It'll help you out in the future.
Yes.
I mean, we're just lucky that and we this is something we've been saying, Dustin. We say it to our clients, we say it on our podcast all the time. We're overdue for a recession.
Yeah.
We haven't seen anything like this in 11 years. I sure haven't even seen it in my career since I've become a financial planner. First, take perspective on that. We knew there was something was going to be coming. We knew it was going to be scary. It always is. We didn't know it was going to be this quite unknown and this quite unique, but here we are. And we just have to be thankful that we've been able, for the most part, to thrive for the past decade. Kind of a little naive,
Yeah.
which is fine.
I
But
mean, a lot of businesses, especially younger people that have started businesses, haven't experienced a recession before. And
right.
I just want to quickly say what a recession is and how it happens. It's kind of just a domino effect. Sometimes it's just little things can set off a number of dominoes until all of a sudden you're in a recession. For instance, with the COVID-19, a lot of people are staying home. Some businesses do well if they're internet based, but it's gonna ripple through the entire economy because most of the occupations, maybe restaurant jobs, there's going to be a lot of people that lose their jobs there. A lot of people aren't going to be able to pay their bills, so it's going to hurt utility companies. It's going to hurt banks. That means banks may not give as many small business loans. And it just really sets a ripple through every single part, every single industry,
Yeah,
even though it seems like little things.
no man and no business is an island. We all affect each other. So that's a
Yes.
great point. You may be, even if you have a business that can survive without relying on people being out and active, doesn't mean that it's not going to affect you in the very near future.
And psychologically, people spend, if they sent, it's almost a self-fulfilling prophecy too. If people start
Mhm.
talking about recession, then you hear of a couple dominoes. Well, the dominoes fall faster whenever everybody tightens their belt at the same time.
Yep.
Then it's inevitable that it happens. So if you own a business, logically, it's probably going to come affect you in some way. So there are some things you can do to prepare.
So the very first thing we can do to prepare is turn to our cash flow and liquidity. So
Yes.
if you've been preparing for this, and a lot of times we call it our emergency funds. So we
Hmm.
think about having emergency funds for our personal life, but and I know Dustin and I talk about emergency funds for business too. And if you haven't thought about that yet, you need to start thinking about it for your business because both your personal life and your personal spending needs it, as does your business. Because if you have a few employees, and you don't want to let them go, you're going to need cash on hand to be able to pay people. Cash flow is uber important in times like this.
And another thing, if you don't have enough cash saved up, you need to turn to a business line of credit.
Mm-hmm.
Um, One good thing that happens in a recession is usually interest rates get lowered. The Federal Reserve lowers interest rates, so it makes it cheaper for banks to make money on loaning to you. So banks can lower their interest rates too, and that allows access to credit to be cheaper. So I would recommend most businesses open up a line of credit and get pretty cheap credit now. And you may even want to consider using that in some cases over the cash you have on hand because interest rates are so low and you can take advantage of that. You just
It,
have to make sure and not go overboard with it because you will have to pay it off later on down the road, hopefully
right. It may
after
be your
we
only option if you don't have any cash on
yeah, and
hand.
it's good to have that anyway because line of credit doesn't cost you anything. It's kind of like a spare tire. It's good to get approved through your bank and have one ready to go.
In layman's terms, another way to put it is the price of borrowing money is really on sale right now. You're going to get a
Yeah.
great deal if you need to borrow money right now.
Yeah. So and there may be some kind of economic stimulus too that helps small businesses. So be on the lookout for that too. And a lot of it is related to having access to lines of credit.
Other than cash flow lines of credits, maybe time to start to get creative in your business. What can you start selling online while people are at home and they have the time to consume whatever products and services you have? What can you take advantage of people's situations right now? What do you have to offer? You're going to have to really dig deep and look into your skill set and see what you can offer your audience. And also right now, this is a great lesson to start preparing for the future, so you're not in a bind again if you find yourself in one right now. Prepare for the unknown, prepare for that worst case scenario, and start building up those emergency funds as soon as you're physically able to.
Yeah, and I'll add one more thing. After a recession, the economy has always changed for good. Look around you in your industry or your niche and figure out what competitors may be doing wrong, things that you can capitalize on in the future, and how you can change your future because it's a really tough time. And a lot of bigger competitors are going to be coming after your business. So it's kind of you hunt or be hunted type mentality. This is a great opportunity. I always look at this as an opportunity to really take your business to the next level if you can make it through this.
That's right. The opportunities will expose themselves. You have to be ready to take them. All right, you guys. Thanks for listening. If you like what you saw here, subscribe to this channel and then head over to toujourplanning.com to listen to episodes of our podcast, Wealth by Design, and download our free wealth blueprint. And that website is TOUJOURS planning.com. We've got a link for you here below the video, so go check that out. Thanks for listening today, and we'll be back again in a few days to address another concerning topic about the crises of COVID-19 that's happening right now. Thanks.
Thank you, guys.